Hello.
Hello everyone, and welcome to another
Around the world.
Around the...
My
it doesn't work.
My chair doesn't swivel. My chair doesn't swivel.
Oh no. Well, so I guess since...
Turning heads.
So I guess since we can't really turn too much around the world, we'll have to keep it maybe here in Japan.
Clever, George, clever.
So, this week I would like to talk about our first experiences of traveling to Japan, right? So I know that you watching this are probably from Japan, so it might not be quite as exciting perhaps, but it's interesting to see from a foreigner's, right, from a traveler's point of view, how coming to Japan could be.
I think you're right. I think the difference in experiences from someone who is native to Japan and someone who's visiting Japan can have very different perspectives, right? So I'm looking forward to it, George.
Yeah. I mean, it's the same for us, right? Like someone traveling in London, the experience they have.
Get out of here!
versus a Londoner's daily life. It's like
Sure.
completely different thing.
That's very true, yeah.
So,
Alright, Georgie, so what are we talking about today? What are you going to be talking about today?
We're going to be talking about the first times we came to Japan as travelers. Not to live here, not to work here, but just as a trip. My first time, was when I was studying Japanese. So I was, I believe, on my third year of university. And my friend and I had been studying Japanese in a local language school in Greece. And my friend Yanis was like, "Hey George, let's study Japanese, right?" And I was like, "All right, let's do it." So we start learning some Japanese, and I became interested. I saved some money, and I was like, "Oh, I know. Let's go to Japan this summer for some volunteer work."
Question.
Yes.
Sorry. What first got you interested in Japan?
It's a very good question, Jamie.
Thank you.
Most of my friends...
Was it Dragon Ball Z?
Most of my friends were that, right? Most of my friends were into manga and anime and stuff. For me, I also had a teacher who had studied in Kyoto.
Oh,
in school.
No way.
So he was my first, perhaps like inspiration, my first connection to it. But besides that, there was a lot of influence from those guys, Japan this, Japan that. They were really into manga and anime.
Okay.
Which kind of had a bit of a reverse effect over time with me.
Ah, interesting.
Like it's a bit too much, like talking about why that character had a different hairstyle in episode 27. Wow. I was like, I don't care. Geek mode, right? Wow. Yeah. Anyway, so my first time was in 2004. And I was a bit of a bigger lad at that time.
No.
Yep, I was...
like Greek food, huh?
Greek food, university type of food, and I was at that time maybe like 107 or 8 kilos.
Good lord. Okay, that's so, like, I don't know how many Jamies that is.
That's a big one.
That's a lot of Jamies. And
I had long hair down to here, like a ponytail. Anyway, so I come to Japan. I have very basic knowledge of Japanese. Just hello, I would like this, konnichiwa. Very beginner level, right? And I go to this place in Tokyo, and there is this park with many birds. But what happened was there was like an earthquake. Okay. And what happened after the earthquake was probably underground, like some water started going lower.
Hold that thought.
Shall we restart?
I think we can keep going, it's alright.
Okay. We could, I mean, I don't know. Oh no, let's just fine. So as I was saying, so we go there to the volunteer work camp, right? And they're like, we learned from the internet, we have to dig a pond to make it deeper. I was like, that's interesting. Why?
Why?
So there was an earthquake, and apparently some water went deeper underground.
Oh dear.
And because that park had some rare birds, they were worried that if the lake dries up, they will fly away and maybe they will not survive.
Mm.
So it was a nature conservation preservation project.
Wow. So you went to Tokyo to do volunteer work?
Yes.
Not for a holiday, not prance around Akihabara and buy anime goods.
That was at the end of it, maybe just a few days at the end of the work camp, yeah.
But the main objective was to do volunteer work.
The main objective was to practice my Japanese.
Ah, okay.
But why not have it with nature, right? So we go there, and it's like, oh, here it is. Here is what? So, can I ask Jamie's help here, okay?
Okay.
Jamie, you are the person in charge
Okay.
of the work camp, okay? And there is a pond.
Okay.
No, it's just some reeds and a bit of mud,
Okay.
okay? And we have to make this into a pond again, okay?
Right.
Hello. Hi, hello, sir. Where is the pond?
It's right here.
No, the pond, the water.
Yes, there is some water here and some reeds. Yeah,
Sir,
it's
it's
good.
just plants.
Okay, here's a spade.
Oh, thank you.
Get digging.
Okay. It's really hard, full of roots.
I'll be fine. Don't worry about it.
Okay, sir.
Just keep digging.
Um,
I'll see you later.
okay. How big should we make this?
Big enough.
Okay, I'll do my best.
Go.
And that's how we basically started a very difficult project of making a completely gone pond back into a pond.
Now, you weren't a professional gardener or digger of ponds.
we were just, regular people. Half of us were Japanese, half were foreigners, and we were just digging morning through evening until like a whole area became a pond, basically.
Good Lord. And was the pay very good, George?
The what? We were given a small allowance. We made some amount of money a day.
One egg.
For buying supermarket groceries to make our meals.
Oh, wow.
And we had some space of tatami floor to just put our sleeping bags and sleep.
Wow.
No beds.
Doesn't sound like a luxury trip.
It's not a luxury trip. No. It's a budget, low-cost trip.
It's very, very budget.
For sure.
Well, very kind of you, George, to help out.
One good thing though, we went back like about 2 years later, and the pond had a lot of plants and algae and frogs inside and dragonflies and birds there, so it actually worked quite well.
Good job, sir. Well done. All your blood, sweat, and tears. Good job.
How about you? What was your first trip to Japan?
When I came to Japan, I had to dig 3 ponds
Whoa.
and climb Mount Fuji 4 times and
Really?
help a sick person from dying and
Really?
feed 5,000 people. No, I went on holiday. So Georgia, okay, so after you dug the pond, and then what did you do? What was the rest of the time?
I mean, the rest of the time was mostly, going around Tokyo for a couple of days, then come to Kyoto.
Yep.
Went to some like Kinkakuji and Kiyomizu and stuff. Pretty classic, basic trip for the first time.
Sure.
But anyway, I kept coming back to Japan almost every year.
Wow.
Between 2004 and 2009, with only one exception. Every summer I would have saved some money from winter, and I would take a cheapest flight here.
I thought you were about to say take a boat.
No boat.
I took a boat to Japan.
But I mean, there was no hotel cost. It was volunteer work, right?
Sure.
So every year was volunteer work somewhere. So food and hotel was already covered.
Wow, that's very impressive. So you kept coming back almost every summer.
Every year, yeah, almost every summer.
Wow.
One that I remember was on the 2007 one when I came. I was in Hokkaido, in a small town called Shintoku. So it's a bit east from Sapporo, kind of in the middle of Hokkaido, right? And anyway, it was a dairy farm. Dairy farm means like there's cows there, right? They're making milk. They're making really, really good quality cheese with.
What kind of cheese is good?
It's they had like many kinds, but they're raclette and they had like some kinds of brie and camembert. But that small farm had actually won competitions versus France a couple of times. I was like,
Sacre bleu!
yeah, really good cheese. Anyway, so it was that place, right? And one day, this nice farmer.
Got a lot of jobs today, digging ponds, farming.
Wanted the volunteer people to help him with a small task.
Ooh.
So
Just a small task.
Just a small task. So we were supposed to scrape the paint, to remove the paint, right?
Okay, let's do it.
From his house. And it's not a very small house. It's a 1, a 2, and a 3-story house. And he had already prepared like some connected pipe to say scaffolding in front of the house. And he said, oh, can you come in, let's say, on Friday? And Friday, it's raining.
Chucking down.
It's chucking down, it's pouring. And we have like our kind of raincoats on, our spatulas, scrapers. And I was like, wow, sir, this is very high. Sir.
Hello.
Hi.
Welcome.
Hello. What are we supposed to do?
Sir.
Yes.
And your team.
Oh.
I would love you to scrape the paint off my home.
But sir, it's raining today.
Yes, it'll be fine. It will make the paint softer.
Yeah, that's good about the paint, but isn't it dangerous for us?
You'll be fine. You're a strong group. You're very young. You'll be okay. No problem. Don't worry, the scaffolding is set up. No problem.
Okay, if you say so, sir.
Get to work.
It's the same person. I just moved from Tokyo to Hokkaido, you know?
I'm a busy man.
Nice. Anyway, so what happened was actually someone slipped and fell about 2 meters down the scaffolding and landed on another metallic, like a plank metallic.
Ooh, like a plate.
So, like a plate, yeah. And because of my weight and because of 2 meters of falling down, the whole thing just went bent down.
No way.
So
like an action movie.
Like an action movie, yeah, like a Jackie Chan.
Wow.
But no bones broken.
Whoa, lucky.
Bruised and kind of like, kind of had a bit of a blue to mauve purple behind for some time.
Now, was the guy who was organising this, was he very sorry or?
Yeah, he actually said sorry about that.
That was it?
Yeah.
Did he give you a 90-degree bow?
No.
Shocking.
But it was a very nice place and one of my best trips, I think. It was in Hokkaido. It was really nice. Anyway, we had another one later. We went to Ehime Prefecture, picking mikan.
Oh,
there.
Very nice.
That was very good too. 2 accidents, not me though. Yeah, so some mandarins had fallen down and had started to rot on the floor, so people would step on them and slide down.
Oh dear.
Maybe you know those, but they're made like with levels, like, you know, like the whole farm is like mikan 1 level down, mikan 1 level down, like there's like a big
almost like a terrace. Sort of
like a
thing.
terrace, yeah.
Wow.
So not too high, but you know, a few.
You get a nasty bump.
You get a nasty bump. Yeah. But anyway, it was a very nice time. I really enjoyed, besides the accidents, I really enjoyed my times in Japan. I would definitely do it again if I were, back in time. I would definitely do it again.
You would fall off a scaffolding.
I would probably hold them tight. Or probably like, sir, we're not doing this on a rainy day. Thank you very much. Anyway. So yeah, we hope this kind of helped you get a different perspective of someone visiting Japan. Everything was so new to us, like first time trying green tea, first time trying Japanese sweets, Japanese food, pointing at the menus because we have no idea what the food is.
Sure. Well, thank you for sharing, George. Okay?
It was nice.
I'm sure you have many, many memories.
We could go like 5 episodes of just
horrible volunteer work.
It was mostly good. Anyway, yeah. Thank you all for tuning in.
And again, if you guys have any experiences where you've traveled to different places and you've had either some exciting memories or something maybe a bit more difficult, please let us know in the comments below.
Or if you volunteered somewhere.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, if you volunteered, it's quite popular, right? All right, George, you know what to do?
Yeah, I should pick up my
subscribe button.
Here, yeah. So click this subscribe button and also the like button.
The likes and
ding, 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 ding,
ding, ding, ding, ding, ding. Hit that notification bell.
Yay! And we'll see you on the next episode.
See you later.
Goodbye.